What's going on, YouTube, and welcome back to another top list with FG3000. And today's video is the top 10 skins of 2014. Now, there were 45 skins released last year. That's a lot to remember, but don't you worry, I got you covered. So, from the very top, here are all 45 skins that were released in 2014.
Anubis.
Poseidon.
Jong, ah, yeah.
Darkness is coming.
Cotton tier to you, lad.
Isis.
Nemesis.
Get Amazengab.
Apollo.
Odin.
Shark.
Shibolonke.
Fenrir.
I'm Ra. High five.
My name is Swagny.
You'll never get that out of me.
Apollo.
Who wants some?
Hercules.
Emir ready for boom.
Mercury!
Freya.
The king, baby.
Fenrir. With a top hat.
Night night.
I'm alive. I'm alive. Jean Kui.
Rum.
Chonga.
Hebrew.
Agni.
Little Red Riding Hood.
Nua.
Circuit.
Rono.
Tyr.
Merry holidays.
Thanatos.
Yar. I'm a pirate.
Kebrekin.
Apollo Online.
So yeah, a ton of work went into skins last year, and to put it in perspective, 45 skins came out last year. There are only 53 skins total in the game, so a ton of skins came out in 2014, but guess what? We can only pick a top 10. So you know the drill, pause the video right now, go into the comment section below and post your top 10 favorite skins of 2014. If you don't want to do a top 10, do a top 5 or a top 3. You know, anything but just a top 1. Don't do that. That's just too lazy. But a top 3, I'll let you slide on. So, without any further ado, let's get into number 10.
Time to hunt some demons.
Demon Hunter Zhong Kui. Now, the very second that this god entered into Smite, fans all across the game instantly hit Reddit, they hit Twitter, they hit the forums, begging Hi-Rez to somehow avoid the whole copyright thing and add a Ghostbusters-inspired skin for Zhong Kui, and they nailed it. Now, for most premium skins in Smite, this does come with a voice pack, but in my opinion, that is the weakest part about this package. However, it doesn't detract from the overall feel of the skin. All of the abilities have enhanced effects, animations. This is the closest you're gonna get to playing Bill Murray in Smite, and it is your number 10 skin of 2014.
They must not know who I am.
Coming in at number 9, Swagny. Now, this skin is very similar to Demon Hunter Zhong Kui in a sense that when Agni was added to the game, people gave him the nickname of Swagny almost instantly. And this had to do with his walk, his trademark swag walk. And what did Hi-Rez do? They took that theme, they took that nickname, and just made it completely insane. This character looks like he stepped out of Saints Row and into Smite. He's complete with some of the craziest voice lines in Smite. All of his attacks have some type of trash talking associated with them. The man is throwing dollar bills, he's making it rain. This is a very, very high quality skin, but of course, I have to have at least one gripe. I think his overcoat hangs a little too low. It's really hard to see his legs, and I know that makes no sense, but if you know the Swagny walk, seeing the legs is like half the fun, and you really can't see his legs. But other than that, the model, the voice pack, the skill effects make this a fantastic skin. If you play Agni, you have to own it, and he is your number 9 skin of 2014. Now, coming in at number 8, Mr. I don't understand 80% of the voice lines in your voice pack, yet I bought it and I like it anyway. Dark Whisper AMC. Now, for as long as I can remember, people have been begging Hi-Rez to add a Cthulhu character into the game. That did not happen. However, we did get a Cthulhu-inspired skin for AMC. Now, one of my favorite aspects about this skin has nothing to do with the skin at all, but it has more to do with Hi-Rez. This was one of the first of a few bold statements from Hi-Rez saying, hey, if you guys like a theme, if you get the community behind you, if you come up with a concept and we like it, we're going to put it into the game, right? At the end of the day, I understand Hi-Rez is just here to make money, but they don't have to actually listen to any of our suggestions, but they do, and they have, and they've continued to do so, and AMC Dark Whisperer is the epitome of that. And even the few days leading up to the release of this skin, Hi-Rez went crazy. There were Cthulhu tweets. All of the Hi-Rez streams had crazy background music and Cthulhu-inspired filters and screen shakes and scary noises, and they just went crazy. And it shows another side of Hi-Rez that, hey, we're just as excited about this skin, we're just as crazy about Smite as you are, and that type of excitement was infectious. And it didn't hurt that the skin in the voice pack was actually well done as well, and that is why it is your number 8 skin of 2014.
The name is Apollo. Agent Apollo.
And coming in at number 7, Elite Agent Apollo. Are you starting to see a theme here? A lot of these skins are highly requested community creations. Apollo is no different. Now, on the surface, he's a pretty straightforward skin. It's Apollo in a black stealth jumpsuit. They took away his finger blasters, which sounds disgusting, and gave him 2 guns with silencers on it. So pretty straightforward, not really spectacular on the surface, but it's the extras that really sell this skin. So let's start off with the voice pack. They could have just given you a typical Apollo stealthy sounding voice pack, but what they did was something super unique. You basically get 2 voices in one with the skin. You have Apollo, and then you have Apollo talking back to headquarters called Control, which I would imagine to be a really, really hot chick. But the banter back and forth between those two and the jokes and the sarcasm, very well written dialogue on this skin, and in my opinion, probably some of the best written voice pack dialogue in the game, period. Now, when it comes to his skill effects, they're very subtle. They're muted on purpose, so all of his skill effects are very quiet. They're not really flashy until you get to his ultimate. When I first saw his ultimate, it blew me away. He summons in, or he calls in, a helicopter that he grapples onto, flies across the battlefield, storming down, shooting both pistols, and to me, that just never gets old. And because of that ultimate, his voice pack, the community outcry to have this skin, all those things combined, he is your number 7 top skin of 2014.
With the Kraken!
And number 6, Poseidon. Now this guy is the hipster to Smite crowdfunding. Before Odyssey, before all these skins and voice packs and frames and all these things that came with the Odyssey, Poseidon was the guy that single-handedly funded the very first Smite launch tournament. Now when it comes to the skin itself, this skin has been floating around the community and in game for such a long time. I'm pretty sure everything that has been said about this skin has been said, but I will say this about Poseidon. Right around the time that this skin came out, there was a lot of debate in the community about, is Hi-Rez getting a little too goofy when it comes to their skins? And this made a lot of people worried about what type of trend we would see in 2014 when it came to skin focus. Now, in hindsight, I have to say that I think Hi-Rez did a really good job. Sure, we saw tons of goofy skins, but we also saw a lot of semi-serious skins as well. I would have to say Uller and Serket. A lot of those skins were, you know, they weren't true to lore, but they weren't flat out goofy like Pajama Party Kumba and stuff like that. So I think Hi-Rez did a very good job of treading that line between serious, lore-based, or just flat out just cool skins in 2014. So in hindsight, Poseidon did not herald the end of times when it came to too many goofy skins hitting Smite. His skin is awesome in its own right, and he is your number 6 top skin of 2014.
Da 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 da. Oh, you know the high note. You know how it goes.
Starting off the top 5, Mr. Raw America. Now, being from America, I'm a little biased, but I think this skin is amazing, and it is the details, man, the details. So he's shooting out fireworks. When he drops down his solar blessing up in the sky, there's this huge American flag. When he does his ultimate, he yells out "America!" Like, this skin has a little bit of everything. Even people that weren't from America were buying this skin and really enjoying it. But you know what? Let's be completely honest here. This is just raw with some red, white, and blue, some stars, some stripes on them. That's pretty much what this skin is. However, the voice pack really seals the deal and makes this such an amazing package to own. Whoever the voice actor is, he did not phone in his performance. This guy put his heart, soul, and tears in it. I think he did it for America, in my opinion. So, fantastic skin. And lastly, proceeds of this skin went to the American Red Cross as well. So all around, this was just a great effort, great skin, great voice pack, and it is your number 5 top 10 skins of 2014.
Witness the most powerful force in the universe. Me.
Number 4, Dark Lord Sun Wukong. One of many, many skins that Smite fans all across the world scratch your head and say, is Hi-Rez gonna get hit with copyright on that skin? Yes or no? Lucky for us, that has not happened, because this skin, by itself, I got more enjoyment out of this skin than all of the Star Wars remakes and prequels. True story, true story. But let's get back to the skin, shall we? So seeing how this is your number 4 skin on the list, I really don't have a lot of complaints about this one. The voice pack is really well done. He doesn't sound like any other gods in the game. The voice lines are well written and well delivered. The model itself, he looks like he just walked out of a Sith headquarters. It's that good. And also the very big task of recreating the transformations, you know, the tiger form, the ox form, the bird form, recreating those, and using Star Wars Darth Maul type moves on every single one of them, from the chokehold to the spinning the staff around. I mean, when I look at this skin, I can't point out anything bad about it. And that is why it is your number 4 top 10 skins of 2014.
How do you stop a robot from destroying you? You don't.
And now the top 3, starting out at number 3, Geb won. But Geb didn't win. Geb lost. Geb is in 3rd place. You see what I did there? All right, fine. So here's the side story about this skin. So when new support gods come into the game, people insta-lock them just like any other god. However, they insta-lock them and they go into the jungle, or they go into solo, or they play mid, or they might even play ADC. They never really insta-lock and go support. However, when this skin came out, Geb was already established as a support player. So what happened? I'll tell you what happened. The most glorious few months in Smite ever. People were insta-locking Geb 1 skin, and going into the support role. It was a fantastic time to play Smite. And with good reason. This was the very first mechanized skin to hit Smite. But just because he's a mech doesn't mean that he is robotic and plain and boring. He actually oozes personality. His most famous line in his voice pack, of course, is his "woo." And let me tell you about that line. You can use it for anything. If a good play happens, if a bad play happens, if someone tells you, hey, gank right lane, just go "woo," and everybody understands. Trust me. Trust me. So let's talk about the actual model itself. Of course, he's mechanized, that much is clear, but he has these little touches with these little jets flying around and landing on his body. When he does his rollout, he's this really big jet with a lot of little small jets around him. I mean, if I had to make a list of the most impressive looking regular abilities in the game, Geb would have to be at least top 3 somewhere. He'd have to be. And this is why he is your number 3 top 10 skins of 2014.
Justice has been served.
FG, have you lost your mind? The most expensive skin in the game, the most extravagant, the most detailed, the only skin in the game that evolves throughout the course of the match in a most spectacular fashion is number 2? How can this be? Now, don't get me wrong, I think this skin is fantastic. Like I said, it is the most expensive skin in the game. You have to own every piece of Odyssey content to get this skin. I bought every single piece of Odyssey content and I'm not disappointed. I think it's fantastic. So firstly, for those that are not familiar, let's talk about what this model actually is. It's an evolving skin. It's the second evolving skin that hit Smite. The very first one being Slaughterhouse Chalk. The more kills you got with Chalk, the more bloody you became. So that was the very first evolving skin. This one is a little bit different. So the higher you level up, the more extravagant and the more detailed the model gets. So you start off in leather, you move up, you get more armor, after that you get plate, and then at the very end, you go Super Saiyan 4 with golden hair flowing in the wind. You get this humongous scythe, you have golden light flowing all over you. If you put this skin against every single skin in every single MOBA, it would destroy every single one of them. It is that much better than pretty much every skin on the market, period. But it's not my number one. And it's gonna make a lot more sense when we talk about our number one. But another thing with Thanatos, I think the voice pack is actually pretty weak. I don't think they did a really good job on the Thanatos. I didn't feel that it added to the package. I actually felt that it took away from it just a little bit. It's not totally bad that it ruins it, but it doesn't make the skin better. But like I said, this is an incredible skin. It would destroy any other skin in any other MOBA. It destroys 99% of all the skins that are in Smite, except for number one.
Freya wins. Fatality. Game over.
And the number one skin of 2014, Pixel Buster Freya. Now, if you play Smite, you knew that one of these skins was going to be in the top somewhere, so it doesn't come as a big surprise. But let me tell you why Thanatos didn't make it and why I like the Freya skin. So I can't deny how amazing the Thanatos skin is. It is incredible. It's everything that I wanted. It is everything that I expected. Keyword right there. It's everything that I expected. Nothing about the Thanatos skin was surprising to me. I expected it to be awesome. It was awesome. It's everything that I thought it would be. Great. Now, in contrast, when Pixel Buster Freya came out, I was literally surprised at almost every single aspect of this skin. So I saw the concept art just like everybody else, so I knew what to expect. But when I got it, I was blown away. I didn't expect it to have so many lines of dialogue harking back to the Nintendo era and the Sega Genesis era and the Super Nintendo. I had no idea it was gonna have that many voice lines. The taunts, the jokes, the overall cockiness and playful manner of her voice pack, I did not expect it. I didn't expect it to have built-in sound effects when you leveled up or when you died. I didn't expect it to say level up when you level up. I didn't expect it to say game over when you died. I didn't expect the losing screen to be a page out of Super Mario Brothers. Almost everything about this skin was unexpected and amazing, and this is why I feel that it is a better skin than the Thanatos skin. It is my favorite skin of 2014, Pixel Buster Freya. And that, my friends, is the end of the top 10 skins of 2014. What a long video. I really appreciate if you made it to the end. If you did, don't forget to share a like, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think. Until next time, my name is FG3000. You have been you! And I'll see you next video. Later.